All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles. The salutation, brothers, doing this thing in sincerity, the truth, and with charity. There's another episode of Spirits Like the Wind, and we're going to basically go into the fourth beast. All right, as the brother titled, Esau Edom, which is wrong. Because hey, the last beast that was to rule will be the last kingdom to rule. If this right gets 2nd Ezra 6. And that alone lets you know that it would be Edom. Okay?
This is 2nd
Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the time, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
And the beginning of it that follows is the end of this age going to the next. All right, and then in the 4th chapter, when it goes to the 4th beast, it says the saints take the kingdom, man. All right. It's like Daniel 7. Daniel 7.
7.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a lot of jobs. I think I said 4, but I mean 7. You know? Go ahead.
Daniel 7.
No. Edris.
It says, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand fell first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
There you go. While those beasts, you know, the first 3 already been fulfilled. You know, technically the first part of the first 4, technically. All right, but the first 3 was Babylon, all right, Media, Persia, and then Greece, which had failed. And everybody knows that they failed how the scripture said they would. They went through even the wars, how the scripture said they would. The same thing with Rome. So Esau Edom will be that last beast, which is Rome, all right, which is the same people that's back to their ruler, man, Edomites. The so-called white man is Esau Edom, plain and simple. All right, the Romans are Edomites. Americans, Russians, fake Jews, they're all Edomites based off that alone, man. All right, because this is the Roman Empire brought back. All right, it's lucky.
This is Daniel 7 verse 7. Because the brother mentioned this is Rome all over again. Because that fourth beast has 2 parts to it, man. You know, when the pagan Roman Empire came into power, man, that was the legs of iron, according to, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that. This is Daniel 2 and verse 40. It says, "And the 4th kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise," man. And that's what history calls the pagan Roman Empire, man. You see, because ancient Rome sustained a deadly wound, according to Revelation, the 13th chapter, man.
Got it right here. So Revelations 13:3, and I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast.
Right. So we're gonna go into what the characteristics of that ancient beast, which is the pagan Rome, and we're going to show the similarities of what the today Rome, which is today, the power structure of what the European Union and America, the NATO countries, which is that same beast that was healed, and all the world wondered after, man. It's the same power structure coming back into play.
The democracy, and they teach you that in school.
Yeah.
They teach you what makes America so great. Everybody else was a monarchy or a dictatorship or something, but we have a democracy. Right? It's so great we have a democracy. They go into the history of it. We got it from Rome and all this shit. We perfected it. Yeah. They teach you this in school.
Yeah, Daniel said what it was diverse from all the other beasts.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Yep. So this is Daniel 7 Verse 7. It says, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns, man.
It's First Maccabees 8:1. Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them. They make a league of amity with all that came unto them, and that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts, which they had done among the Galatians, how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, so they had discomfited them and had given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Besides this, how they had discomfited in battle Philip and Perseus, king of the Scythians, and others that lifted up themselves against them and overcome them. And also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle, having 120 elephants with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army was discomfited by them, and how they took to him alive, and covenanted that he and such as reigned after him should pay a great tribute and give hostages, and that which was agreed upon. And the country of India, and so Greece was under the Roman thumb, man. That was the same Edomites, the same fucking people, man. And how they took him a slot in verse 8. And the country of India and Media and Lydia, and of the goodliest countries which they took of him, and gave to King Eumenes. Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them, and if they having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be their servants unto this day. It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them, but their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept the amity. And if they had conquered kingdoms, both far and nigh, and so much as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. You can read that over in Daniel.
Come, this is Daniel 7, verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
So that goes the great and terrible part right there. It fucked everybody up, man. If you didn't get down and agree with them, they fucked you up. If you fought against them, they jacked you up, man. Simple as that. To the point it said anybody that heard them were afraid. All right? A beast like no other beast, man. It took over, it conquered all those old lands. And then some. I'm gonna keep going because now we're going to what made them different. All right, I'm gonna just read through it. This is First Maccabees 8 and verse 13. And that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, whom again they displaced. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown, or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. They didn't have a king. Moreover, how technically, moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily.
And that's why they killed Julius Caesar ass, man, because he tried to make himself a king, man.
Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there were neither envy nor emulation among them.
It's like that until this very day. Except now is that they might do 4 years, or the longest they can do is 8 years. But it's the same damn thing, man. Back then they was just doing 1 year,
That's right. So that's that beast right there, that fourth beast, the Roman Empire, which would have to be Edomites according to the scriptures. Which make today's Rome Edomites. Is more than Daniel 7?
Yeah. Because this goes into verse 8. Now Daniel 7 verse 8 goes into the second half of this fourth beast, man. Because it goes into after the deadly wound was healed. You know, you want to touch second address and touch on the pagan, the ancient before we touch on today, or you want to just? Because you got to understand, when you read Daniel the second chapter, when you read Daniel the seventh chapter, it speaks about the fourth beast, man. And not in the second chapter, it speaks about having the legs of iron, you know. And then the feet was like clay mixed with iron, because it said what? It had the strength of the iron within it. So it's letting you know that it's what? It's the latter half of that fourth beast, man. You see, following after the same customs, the same system as that pagan system we just read about. You know.
Somebody get Obadiah. This is second address 11:1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. So get that Obadiah.
Start at 1 and just read on.
On this Obadiah 1, it says the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is set among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee some small among the heathen.
Which is what we see in the day. This is how we know Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man, man. Because they're despised amongst the heathen. They're small. You see, they the minority on this planet. All the other nations despise and hate them. You know. Go ahead.
And thou art greatly despised. The proud of thine heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose inhabitant is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
And that's the eagle represents Esau, man. That's like his that's his bird, man. And they teach you. Okay, so they teach you when you in the Constitution, man. What's this nation's bird? It's the eagle. Same with Germany. All right. Same with Rome. All right. The eagle represented Rome. All right.
Hey, open up the tab real quick. Put in ancient relics of the Edomites.
Grab the speaks up real quick.
That's on the edges. Go down for a minute.
Hey, only Edom think that Edom is done away with.
Keep going. It's on this one. Let's keep going. We should go to one of the main pictures like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you know when you zoom in on it, you see it, but there's even one picture of it just by itself. I said, go down a little bit more. Because I think it was because I put it in the mics.
Okay.
But no, just go to skip because I did this too. And these are the ones, but there's a lot of good pictures right here. You know, you can see some things, and they don't have a lot. And my question to Esau is, how come you go 10,000 years back with the Ming King, Wu-Tang dynasty, the so-called Japanese Hammerite dynasties, to all the world history, Alexandria? They got everybody's they had everybody's lineage, know everybody's history and everything, right? And they still do to this day. Under the Vatican, they get all the secrets, bro. And they can date everything back, trace everything back. All right. Just like they hide our history, they hide theirs. They don't want. They'll let you know they're the Romans, which is where they fucked up at. You know, they're the Greeks because they're proud of that shit. But that pride is where they fucked up at because that's all we need to tie you in biblically. That's it. You know what I'm saying it's the same said Greeks and Romans are the same said people the Most High said, which we will be fighting with Amalek and Edom since the beginning of time. Click on that picture.
Even the same the way they build,
right.
You know,
and living in the mountains. They call themselves Caucasian. They let you know they come from the Caucasus Mountains. That's what is Caucasia. And you can't zoom in on it, but at the top is an eagle, and this eagle's on all the perches at the top.
They eroded.
Yeah, but no, they got some clear ones too. Go back down a little bit just to see if it's by itself. We do see it. That's their thing. All right, we know this. All right, good. Go click even just to see it. Because they try to hide their history. So why you hide your history? So because you know you're the biblical devil in the Bible, you're the wicked, man. Yeah, let's go down. You go down fast, it'll be a picture, it should be by itself. That's a good zoom in over. That's one of them.
That's right here.
That's one of them, but it's even another one better. It should be another better one. But click on it though, since you got that. Click on it. Right? We had on every that was 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was like 5 of them all together. They were perched up there at the top and on that very top precipice. You know what I'm saying? And there was one time I think it's in it's in my archives. You have to go there. But go down a little bit. Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. It says, "The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." I don't know. That's
you know what? I know what it was. Go up to Petra. That's what it was. And you know, you tie in the scriptures to archaeology. Right? Especially it's the same thing. And it might I don't know, I was up there doing a lot of research. I was gonna do a lesson on it. You know, because these are the things that it's good. It's one all by itself. It'll be a zoom in on it. If you don't see this, okay, because you can go get these pictures and zoom in over there. So if you believe me, you see it. But that's ancient Edom, man. That's the same city. Go down to Wall Street. There you go. There you go. I knew it was one of them, man. And look what he's holding. Same kind of fashion, sticks, arrows, stuff that they do in times. Go open up another tab. At the top. Open up another tab. Right, that's what it says. The Petra Museum. Yeah, that's what it got there. Yeah. I knew it was the spirit. See how the spirit brought it back around? We said, why is Gary caring about this goddamn bird? Well, look on the top of every flag, man. You know what I'm saying? Open up what is that? Okay, yeah. United States Congress. You just put United States Congress session, and then
I found something in Wikipedia. I have to basically search for it, man. But it's under Edom though. It says when you go to Edom, you go to archaeology in Wikipedia. It says Edomites settled in the region of Hebron. They prosper in this new country called by the Greeks, Romans, Idumea or Idumea. It says for more than 4 centuries.
And so they'll tell you, they'll bury it down there, and if you don't do your research, you don't see it.
And that's in Wikipedia.
That's right. Click on that one on the 3rd row in the middle. See if you can see anything. 3rd row in the middle. Down one. Let's see if we can zoom in. You see the eagles on top of the thing? There's an eagle to your top left corner. Perch. Right. You see it? Go to your left.
All right.
Yeah, right there. That's an eagle. All right. They got the sticks and fashion. That goes back to bondage and slavery, you know, and they got us bound. But it got the eagle is there, is always around. You go to Oval Office. What's the floor? Go to click on go to open up another tab. Oval Office. And say you want to keep the Most High. Why is this most? Did you read? So you read Obadiah, right? What did you read?
You read Obadiah.
You did it earlier. Okay, come reprise it. Move it back.
Come, Obadiah verse
So just click on the second one at the top. Yeah.
verse 4 here. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
So what's the over the top of even the president here? Look at the top of that flag. The other flag too. Both of them are eagles. And then on the floor, eagles. Right? They believe that they are perched very high, can see very far, and have vicious talents. And they're very right. And they've been fucking up this world. They've been fucking up this planet. They've been fucking up society, the doctrine, the culture, even our heritage, our culture. And the Most High is about time, just for said it's about time to wrap it up. Because the next thing is nuclear war, and there ain't no coming back from nuclear war. If the Most High did not intervene with the men of the Lord and the angels through his knowledge and infinite wisdom and power, the earth could even sustain itself with a nuclear war. Everybody would be destroyed. The Lord is going to clean it up. He says he's going to bring what, a new heaven, a new earth. We're going to come down. That's really embodies Israel, the real Israelites. But what we're going to do? We're going to put this place in order. Are you going to want harmful radiation in your kingdom? You know, fucking up shit? No. It's going to be pure, pristine. We got to clean this fucking place up. It's not the earth paradise.
Oh, shit.
All right? This place is fucked right now, man. And just keep coming out and coming out and coming out. Look at, just go look, Google the goddamn size of damn double. It's like 2 times the size of Texas. A plastic shit in the fucking ocean, man. Go on the ground and Lake Michigan to the oil pipe that's been down there for damn near 100-some years. No oversight, no updating the shit. You know what I'm saying? In every single region, the land is fucked. Wherever Esau's footprint is, it's fucked. Bible can shout, bring it.
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 18. It says, "But thus saith the Lord Yahweh, that created the heavens, and the Most High himself did form the earth, and made it. He established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I'm the Lord Yahweh." And Esau, he brings nothing but fucking death, man. Every time this motherfucker comes back in power, he does the same old shit, think he's about to get away with it. The can't get right perfect dummy, man. The fall guy.
All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll start at verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let it until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that wicked one that's being revealed is Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man as he's known as today. All right, there's that scripture in Revelation that tells you that the earth shall help the woman. Esau created all those objects, all these relics long ago for us to be able to dig up and to use now. He created all these, all the carvings in the mountains, all the statues and symbols, and he recreated now in these times. And all we had to do is add up the pieces. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was going to make sure that we knew who the Edomites were. He's not going to automatically just make the biggest enemy of the nation of Israel disappear into the night without it being known to the world. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish. Okay, that's basically it. So it's showing you Esau, he's that damn demon, that dragon coming back in this kingdom now.
I got some. It's John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I'm come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundant. And all our consensus passes on down is the same thing. Makes me want to holler, throw up off my hands. You know? John 8:12, Yahweh Shai said unto them, if God were your father, he would love me, for I proceed forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because you cannot hear me. Sorry. Right, because you cannot hear my word. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Now we don't have to go there, but what's in the scriptures to give you this, the smorgasbord of the 2 Corinthians 6:9 or whatever, or somewhere around there, where all the things of the unrighteous won't enter into kingdom of heaven. That's all the lust of the devil, man. All right, and being a thief is one of them. Lying, stealing, killing, destroying, all that's one of them. Who's got that? Who has that shoe that it fits on the planet Earth? All right, to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We can say that all the nations because the scripture says all the nations, right? But who's the number one guy responsible? Well, whose hands are we in? We can keep it that simple. All right, it's Bible concern.
It's a back at 2. Facts. No, go ahead. You can read that. Go ahead. That's the spirit, because that's the same thing that was what was Rome. Rome went around conquering shit. What has America done? Went around conquering shit. Go ahead.
You mind if I start at 4? It's Habakkuk 2:4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right. The mystery of iniquity, man. He's not. He wasn't made to be right. He's the wicked. Right? Whose work is after Satan. Lying wonders, man, after the works of Satan.
That's right. That's right. And that matches right here. John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and he abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it. How many treaties has he broken? What has he taught us in the schools? What is he promoted in history? Lies, man. Wickedness, all that. And now match it up back with that again.
On this Habakkuk 2:4, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the
he has no upright. It's not he don't even got an upright spine on the natural side. You know what I'm saying? He's a weak bitch, man. And they sit up there and they're the fucking devil. They're the witches, they're the warlocks, they're the evil witch in the fairy tales and shit. That's them. All right, go ahead.
It says, but the just shall live by his faith.
But the righteous said, okay, we see what world we in. We just got to learn how to navigate it by following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, repenting, praying, fasting, living your life the way the Most High say live it, to the best of your ability. All right, week in, week out. If you're a man of the Lord, you got to do this work, man. You got to go out there in the highways and byways. You got to watch the videos. You got to do the videos. Outside teachings, inside teaching. You got to be diligent. You got to live it, and not only in front of the brothers, you got to live it behind the brothers, and in the absence, you got to live it 24/7. Right? The Most High is looking for perfection, and that's the vibration that is going out right now through the Spirit and Kari Habashim Shai to the possible. You know, you got people keep on switching up the doctrine. You got people up there playing games. All right, Esau not playing games. He's ready to kill. The Most High is not playing games. He's ready to kill. Only one who's going to save ass is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. You got it.
Can I grab something else real quick when we go on, because they reference the Talmud too in Wikipedia. It says, I'm just gonna read this section. It says, there is a Jewish tradition stemming from the Talmud that the descendants of Esau would eventually become the Romans. You can't get around that shit, bro. You can't get around that, man.
And that's and all you have to do is look up Wikipedia.
I just put in Edom.
And Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
That's why they want to shut the internet down. You know, but if anybody goes do the research, we'll see it. But they don't believe. They don't want to believe. You know?
And this is back in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people."
Who's done it? Who's gone across the globe? Hey, who gathered the most part of the known world back in the ancient world? Who's gathered the most part of the world, period, man? The same group of people, man. Rome and New Rome, the Edomites. They're the only ones that gone that conquered as much as at the edge of the sword. Right.
Yes.
Even that prophecy was even spoken of, nobody was even dwelling in them. So this is a whole new land that nobody on the face of the earth ever even touched. He literally had the factors. I mean, we're gonna get more, but that proves that this is this man. Who else could Esau even be?
And the prophecy is clear, man. Obadiah is clear as day. You know what I'm saying? And that's not only one. Ezekiel 35 is clear as day. Isaiah 14 is clear as day. You know what I'm saying? Now those are simple and complex sayings of the Lord, man. But to the righteous, they see it because it's plain. You just put two or two. You ever fucking put a puzzle fucking together? You find pieces that fucking connect and see the whole picture. It's the same thing with this word, man. And if you're missing 2 or 3 pieces of the puzzle, you might fuck up that whole picture because it's not whole. Don't you get mad when you had a puzzle and you lost some pieces? You went through the whole painstaking shit to put the motherfucker together, and then you can't find the rest of the 2, 3 pieces. Have anybody experienced that before? That shit sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? You God fucking damn, I spent 3, 4, 5 hours on this shit, some motherfucking days, some motherfucking weeks on some goddamn puzzle. I was pretty good. You know, I got bored with it. God, you figure out, you just got a system. Find the borders. Find the borders and build. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spiritual too. Find the cornerstone. In order to really, you can't start a puzzle and really start in the middle. It's harder to do that than it is to get the corners. Because the edges, you need the edges, you can start to see the shape. You know, it's the foundations. And just like in life, man, like in the spirit, man, you gotta go establish a foundation when you first come into this truth. And you gotta establish a culture that is new. That's called being renewed and being born again. Me and the brother Malak did a lesson on that, the other day. Right? You gotta renew that spirit every day, man. That's what separates from Esau, man. He renews himself in wickedness. What did he say? He don't go to sleep until give me that real quick. He don't go to sleep.
This is Micah 2 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil from their bed." It says, "When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand."
That's right. They practice it. They do what they want to do. But wait a minute. But he said, they practice evil on the bed. Let's see why they up on their bed. You got that?
This is Proverbs 4 and 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked. Somebody grab Job 9:24 and Malachi 1 and 4.
No, basics. That's another thing, man. The Lord, try to keep it simple, straightforward. Because I have one question to ask. What woke you up? The milk. Deuteronomy 28 woke me up. It was a smack dab uppercut right to the face, to the gut, and a roundhouse back kick and a choke out. You know what I'm saying? And a tap out. It did all that shit. It beat my fucking ass, man. And by the time I got through it, it's not hanging this long. I'm aching. I ain't never cried in my life. I cried more for that right then than I cried on my father's death. Right? I cried, man. I poured out because I was mad. I was happy. I was angry. I was upset. I was perplexed. But I was ecstatic too, man. Because that was what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been looking for all my life, man. Go ahead, bring them scriptures up.
Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. But they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away lest they cause some to fall.
Wait a minute. This is what they do. Say it again.
For they sleep not.
They can't. So wait a minute. What you had still got that?
It's Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds."
So they're evil upon their beds. They're in their bed. They're laying down on the bed. Read it.
For they sleep not.
Damn, that's why they're on the fucking bed, because they go to sleep. They're tossing, fucking turning, fucking turn that shit down. You see, they just get irritated. They get fucking goddamn Hebrew Israelites. Fuck. JMS, god damn it. Oh, and then they actually curse the Most High, man. They curse the Lord, man. They curse him, man. You know, they're miserable. They have no soul. They have no feeling. They have no righteousness in them. So you know what that feels like? Empty. Empty. Why do you think his name is called Ashawa? Wasted away. If it's wasted away, what's there? Nothing. 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 See what I'm saying? That's been coming out more. You know? Because you're shit. All right? And everything you do is shit. And if we still over here in this land, you got a nerve to say some shit to us, man? Fuck you, man. Do what you do. Because the Most High is going to do what he do. And that's what you're afraid of.
All right, appreciate it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 36:1. The transgression of the wicked said within my heart that there was. So I read it over. The transgression of the wicked said within my heart that there was no fear of the Most High before his eyes.
I don't care about the Lord, man.
For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
See, now look, this so let me show you the double-mindedness of Satan. And I'm talking about spiritual, physical Satan, the devil, our adversary, all right? This Esau, he'll sit there on one hand and say that, what it said, the devils believe and tremble. They'll see a UFO, like, oh shit, and scramble to do a whole nuclear, NASA program, go get an Air Force and do everything to fight them. They'll go kick, they spend all these billions of dollars in technology to try to fight the Lord, right? So they tremble. But then, read that again.
For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
No, go back.
Oh, Slack, verse 1. The transgression of the wicked says within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes.
So they tremble, but then after a while, they don't see him for a little bit. Most High, calm things down. It seems like you just let them to their madness. They start to think, they start to harden their heart. They start to harden their mind. And they start not fearing. They start doubting. Because guess what? They don't got the hope and faith of Yahweh Shai. But they ain't utterly stupid, because what are they doing? They're preparing just in case. Which proves that he's real and proves that we're the truth. And them coming against us proves that we're the real ones as well, because they're not coming against all the other shit. All the other so-called faiths out there, all those false doctrines out there, they're not coming against them. When's the last time you heard them come on and say, no, we need to shut down all the mosques in America, and we need to cut all the churches, right? And we need to, because they're just, really bad, They've been letting them do Church of Scientology. That's all the Hollywood elite.
That's because they created the shit.
That's right. That's right, brother.
For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
So wait a minute. You said the hateful words again?
For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity.
So he wooed himself. He actually believes that he can beat the Most High. He's a delusion. He's flattered him. Read it one more time, brother.
For he flattered himself.
He flattered himself. I can do it. I know I see them care, but we can build our own. And we can do it. That's like that's the movies. That's what they always do. They find a way.
Like I said, it's a trap.
You know what I'm saying? They are we going to go fly into the middle of the vessel and they upload the virus? You know what I'm saying? They got a special, love, with the fifth element, love. Love is going to defeat them. I just love my rainbow homosexual ass. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High really wants that, man. Most High is going to destroy them, man. All right, because he said so. I'm just saying his words. And why am I hated for repeating his words? I believe him, man. Why? Because everything he said is coming to pass. And it's still coming to pass. And it's hope for me. So I give up everything for this. And we teach everyone to give up everything for this. Why? Because the Bible says so. And you, in your own wicked ass government, say what? No, it's a separation between church and state, and you can't discriminate against any religious freedom and whatever. But then this is our freedom, right? Proving that we're not fucking citizens of the United States of America. We're still slaves, right?
The words of Shlak, for he flattered himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
So now he's hateful to the world. That's what Obadiah said, right? Get that again in Obadiah. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
So everything he got is lies, man. He's alive. And he's deceitful. So when he's deceitful, he's taking advantage of you. When he's taking advantage of you, he's stealing from you. When he's stealing from you, he's just a thief. Going back to John 10:10. The thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy. What spiritual Satan stealing? As he can take some up to the heavenly realm. You know? That's somebody down here. Who stole the Native Americans' land? The so-called Mexicans, the Taino Indians, the Puerto Ricans, and all those land. Who stole us? The Jamaicans, the Haitians, and the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. Who brought us over here in slavery, man?
We saw Edom. New Rome.
That's stealing, man. The Mosiah said, "Don't steal the people." Get them, Matati. He said, "Steal any man that found and steal the man, man." Go ahead, brother.
It's back in Micah 2.
Sorry, bro. This make me mad because Esau, you don't get no fucking pass, man. You're the number one hated motherfucker on the planet by everybody on the planet. They just tolerating your ass because they in bed with your fucking money and with your fucking ways. They don't like you, but they like your freedom to do what the fuck they want to do without structure. Pakistan girl in a car, and she talked about how, in Pakistan they can't do all this and this and that, and what the bam. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way it's supposed to be. Now she over here flip-flopping with a bam, and her boss, who's a Pakistani guy, is telling her, "No, you can't do that. You can't do it over here." Like he her mother, his daddy, and this is in the corporate world. You can't do that in America. You know what I'm saying? Now she can actually really fuck his ass up if she wanted to, because he would be guilty over here in America. But in his nation, this laws, you don't go out there and be, dealing with or talking or being loose. You're a woman, you're very private. You keep yourself chaste and home and closed and secure. Is that being taught? These females getting about doing cartwheels, like that cartwheel rolling.
Right, the real chase.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's Micah 2:5. So like 2:2. It says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away."
Took the Native Americans' land, took the Argentinians' land, Venezuelans' land. It took all of them to this day speak Portuguese, Spanish, and all this other shit. Hate French, you know what I'm saying, and English, and all these other goddamn languages. All right, and the Mosiah is going to get you for that. All right, even for making us speak English, because we're the ones who did that. Man. English evolved through us. All right, it's a spin off of Latin and Hebrew. You got a lot of English words to go back to Hebrew. You got a lot of English words to go back to Latin. All right, you say street, strata, difference, differentia, science, scientia. You can go to the list is long, and we can go and do some Hebrew words too, right? Because we blended it, right? Some of us knew our Hebrew, some of us didn't after the Roman persecution. That's the thing. Esau didn't get everybody. He don't have the power to get everybody. That's why we gotta have faith in the Lord that He's gonna give us this way out. Right? Why is Apostle I see, but how was Apostle come out with the video on seeing the preparation? Are we spiritually preparing for that time in every way that we can, to the best of our ability? Are we prayed up? Are we trusted up? This time is fast approaching. Right? Good, brother.
Just to back you up on, how they were taking all the lands and everything. The brother brought out that Micah 2:2, and And I'm gonna just get straight to the scripture. This is Psalms 49 and 11. It says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever."
They think they're going to live on and on and on. Then the American empire is never going to go away. It's going to always stay. And these motherfuckers believe that America's going to live forever. No one can take it down. Now, if we go back into history, and we can look at, tell me which kingdom has been the everlasting kingdom with no regime change on the earth. Danny,
Yeah. What? You want the Exodus or you talking about regime change? Because shit, hey, Sirach 10 and 8, man. Through unrighteous dealings and injuries got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, man. So the kingdom of heaven, there ain't gonna be no unrighteous dealing, man. You see? So that kingdom gonna be established forever, man. The only kingdom to ever be established forever, man.
We gonna be doing a lot of ass working in the kingdom. There gonna be no employees in the kingdom. It's gonna be slaves.
right.
Employees, it's the same word.
No, I'm talking about not how they say it. Not like that. They said it would be like this.
They mean it when they say employees.
They know these slaves. They use these words for a reason, and they go back to the Latin and the Greek and the Latin. Because Greek and Latin is like system language. They're very similar.
The nigga on Thor said it. She was like, the slaves are free. She said, oh, I don't like that word, slaves. She was like, prisoners with jobs. She was like, yeah, prisoners with jobs.
Right.
The same thing. Yeah, on Ragnarok.
If I may say, this also in that movie Wonder Woman. Because when Wonder Woman runs into that Edomite's assistant, he's like, he introduces him. He's like, this is my assistant. And she's like, well, what's an assistant? And he names everything that she was doing. And she's like, oh, you have a slave. And they look at each other and they're like, no, she's my assistant. And she's like, slave. You know, it don't matter. You're still a slave.
And they tell you and they mock you, but they thought that's Esau mocking you. And you don't see it. Oh, that's just clever. But then you get about the reports that said that the Pentagon is behind all the Hollywood movies and what goes out and what comes out. It's government mind control. You think the government's not going to control the Hollywood industry? They run the industry, man. The Rothschilds run the industry, man. Because the Rothschilds run the government.
Just like ancient Rome. Who controlled the gladiator games, the chariot races? Who controlled that, man? You know, Rome, the senators, those that was in, you know.
And they use it to cover shit up.
Yeah.
The smoke and mirrors thing. Focus on this while we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on this so I can win the fucking the seat again to be the season.
What they call it, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand, man. You know, hey, I'm gonna make you watch this hand, but secretly the trick is in my left hand, man. You know.
I may say that's another reason why they were doing all that mining and everything. They just wanted more money and metal to finance all their wars, man. Because when you go back to all that history for Alexander, all those treaties that they were doing was really interrupting their wars. Then the whole nature was war. Those treaties that they were doing, they were just interrupting the war that all those Edomites were causing.
No, they just been fucking up this earth, corrupting this earth, because that's their nature. That's what they were made to do.
Let's go into the Psalms. The Psalms 36 and 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. He loved evil, man. That's all he knows, man. Like the elder said, and that brother's going into. They wonder why they want to do mischief. Like you ask them, why are they spraying chemtrails? What the fuck purposes of? And they breathe in themselves. They just want to fuck shit up. They just made to do evil. They can't help themselves, man.
They think just because they're halfway across the globe in a place where they probably don't have the chemtrails,
they still come to America.
They come.
They still visit over here. You'll see the Rockefellers over here, the Rothschild. They come visit this place.
Yeah, but air travel is like a fishbowl, man.
Well, yeah,
it's a fishbowl. It's disseminated, man.
The wind carries it across the ocean, all that shit, man. That's crazy. Hey, but they chemtrail over there too. In certain parts over the sea, they chemtrail over there too.
They say because the main reason they spray the shit is so they control the heart. There was an article I read that the reason they spray all that different bullshit in the air so it mix and do some shit and they can form different clouds and storms and you know. And when you breathe that shit in, that shit is harmful to your body. Yeah, you know, they fucking you up, and I can cause a hurricane to fuck you up even more too.
That
you know,
that shit was the most hurricanes ever recorded. Ever recorded it. You know what I'm saying? The last couple hundred years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that shit totally changed the weather patterns to where we had a late winter, we had a late fall that went very late, all the way into December, right? We had a late winter that went into what? Shit, down in March, you know, March, April, just a little bit. Then we had spring that actually we had sprinter, as Malcolm called it, which is just it was just right mixed, just to mix the borderline of spring and winter, just like for like damn near a month. You know what I'm saying? Just that cold, slushy, almost a little warm, sometimes 50, then back to 40 to 30, to up to 40 degrees. Just went right back. Remember that shit? Occasional snow and shit. So what the fuck is this shit? And it's like, this is late. This supposed to be like what the fuck? You know?
Last couple of years, we ain't really had no summer like that.
Yeah. You know, and now we're in June, and this is usually when the weather is really starting to break. We straight spring.
That's spring.
Just straight spring. I mean, like in the middle of it, not like we about to be, you know, out of it. It's like we have damn near rain for the last 6 days, you know, here in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the first time. We did it a couple of weeks ago too. Where it rained every. It's like the weather shit is like, what the fuck, man? But that's scriptural too. Somebody want to pull that one about the weather being different in the end, you know. What side is going to bring those whirlwinds, man? What said he's going to bring, you know, that terror, that destroying wind of the ICV nuclear missiles. So it's going to be war, right? It's going to be natural disasters. It's going to be Esau disasters, microchip, animal disasters, zoos being let out. It's about to come to a time that unlike anything before.
It's Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and
So why
tempest,
got the volcanoes erupting
and the flame of divine fire,
right? The volcanoes erupting in Hawaii.
and also
Guatemala.
Chile,
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
And then fuck them up, fuck up good, right? And you know, it's a whole bunch of shit. The Fukushima radiation still leaking. Is they still not fixed? You know what I'm saying? They're not done with that shit. That shit's still going into the ocean. Animals are still beaching themselves up. Somebody, I had a guy in my cab that's going to go from San Francisco. I just asked somebody, I said, yeah, they'll be coming up. You know, periodically. They don't tell it all the time. They don't make it national news.
It is still a blackout of one country, South America.
Yeah.
Is it Puerto Rico?
No,
They just suffered that hurricane.
Puerto Rico and place where they eat each other and shit. Man.
She ain't heard shit about Venezuela.
That's what I'm talking about.
Argentina right there now is in the same boat as Venezuela. They're starting to go through they're starting on there. So the Mosai's are we right? But motherfuckers don't understand we're already in the middle of the end. We're in the end game now. We're in the final chapter. And a lot of people's testing is happening right now and they're dying and getting destroyed, man. All right? Why? Because they're the 2/3, man. The Mosai want to take them out. But at the same time, he's being merciful because he's not killing blacks, he's being mystified, which is the greater death. All right? All right? So these motherfuckers about to get it, man. You think the Lord is playing. Why do you think he woke up the prophets?
I got something. This is Proverbs 28:15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people.
They dropped the mic on that one too.
That's Esau, man.
We live in motherfucking paycheck to paycheck. He gives it just enough for us to keep fueling the system to make his money. And he really don't want to get it. It's up to him. He won't give you shit. Hey, that's why he wants to go ahead and take away the currency and make it all digital. So now you're basically working for credits.
Right, he really getting everything. Yeah, he really getting everything physical. All you're getting is fucking
Credits.
Right.
You gotta work just like that one movie. I don't know what it was on Netflix. One fucker was on a bike and you got to ride.
Oh, you know, Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror. You have to build up and shit to get out the bath. All we're doing is basically running just to get to survive. We can't. This shit's fucking suck.
I got one big book, lunch.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 14 and 5. I'm gonna start this 4. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, I have to oppress the cease, the golden city cease. And this Babylon is talking about America, man. All right. That revelation is called what? The mystery Babylon. It said in 2 Thessalonians, I read, Mystery of iniquity doth already work.
That's right. The daughter of Babylon.
That's right. And they know that Rome, Esau, Edom, this is the new Babylon, man. Okay.
And that daughter of Babylon is Psalms for the record.
That's right.
And he said he says clearly the wicked. Get that real quick. Gotcha.
Why you getting there? I'll finish this. But thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. What's more gold in America? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked. I hope somebody got that melody. I need to hit there. And the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it.
Hey, who ruling the nation? Hey, if I can get you real fast. This is
So like, what was that you read on yours?
I'm reading over. We jumped down to 16. They get into it too, man.
I'm been whipping you over and over and over. He said, why would you be stricken anymore? Most High's whipping stick is Esau. He's been jacking us up, man. Aren't you tired of this shit? I don't even want to say it like that because it makes me think that Christian song. But the only hope we have is Yahweh Shai, man. It's just the truth. So we hope we have. Well, then we go and say, with the name of shit. But all we got is Yahweh Shai to bring us out of this shit. Because when we need deep, bro, how you gonna beat down Esau? What you gonna do? What do you have in your power, in your own personal might? What strength and fortitude do you have not to take the chip of your own? All right.
Proverbs 28 and 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. That's right. I'm gonna jump to 16 too. It says, the prince that wanteth understanding is also a great oppressor.
Right. Yeah. Esau said he left off the wise way. He's an oppressor. That's all he knows how to oppress. He don't know mercy. All he knows is how to try to get over and get gain for himself. Back to that Habakkuk, man. All right. His desire is his death, man. It's his hell. To the point, if you would have read verse 6, he gave you a fucked up money system to further oppress you and get your resources, man. He bought you with his bullshit, his witchcraft.
Hey, because Sirach says that envious man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, man.
That's right.
Esau wasn't satisfied with what was given him, so guess what? He gonna get it, you know. He want what you got too,
blessing.
You know.
That's my blessing. I want everything.
Right.
You want our blessing.
Hey, the oil reserves is a great sign of that, man. It's enough oil in the American oil reserves to last basically forever, man. All right, and then they ain't got to keep drilling the earth; they can let it rest and to keep replenishing. But they over there fighting for oil in these other countries, man, because they want that oil. They want the money that comes with you doing. If Japan, or up until recently, if Japan did a deal with fucking Australia, America got a cut out of that. They use the dollar. They want everything. They want yours too, man. Even your own private shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's why in Isaiah 14 it says the king of Babylon ruled over the nations with a continual stroke, man. Right?
Never let up.
This Revelation 17, straight to the point. Last verse, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest, what woman? Hey, when you start up at the top of the chapter, it speaks about that the mystery Babylon, man. That great whore, the mother of harlots. It says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, man. So it's letting you know it's the same thing, man. You know, America ruleth over the kings of the earth. Hey, a couple months back, I want to say it was last month. I want to say it was the French president, who might have been a prime minister or some shit. He said, man, what are we, vassals into the U.S., man? Hey, a vassal is somebody like an underling, man, like your servant. So he like, man, look, man, what the fuck are we servants into America? Merkel, Germany, she came out and said, look, man, we can't allow America to make decisions for us, man. You know? So those 10 horns on the on that beast is starting to hate that bitch, man.
That's the problem. Yeah, they should hate the war, man.
And that picture that they had on the news, still of it, Donald Trump sitting like this, like a big fucking kindergarten baby, and everybody else sit up there looking at him mad as hell. And I believe that shit's staged, personally. But if following their narrative, they're all against him. And they're against their alliances are faltering, which proves what the scriptures say. The scripture said that they would, right? So go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 5 and 8. Warn to them that join house to house, that lay field to field, so there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth.
So they go ahead and make you have no place left. You sit here packed up on stacked up on everything. And then they're all there in their own little private islands, their private little landmasses. And who knows how many much more shit that they've done with technology today. They making China islands over there in China. Would you tell me America ain't making islands somewhere? I'm saying I don't know, but I just wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they'll let anybody be doing some shit that they wouldn't be working on themselves.
Yeah, they got islands that people don't know about. Shit.
That's right.
They have.
That's right. All right. And so Mosiah's going to, expose all that to the righteous hopeful elect. Okay? Did you read that? The last part?
Warn to them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth.
So they can be like, what's the movie, Bright? The elves had their shit cordoned off. And, you couldn't come to the elves' land. You might with the one with Will Smith, you seen that one? Yeah. That's the same thing, They're going to make this shit separate and rich and posh. It's opulence. And you in the grinding, in the body or in the favela, right? In the hood, in the ghetto.
They showed you that in the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake.
Right.
How he had time zones that he had to pass.
Yeah.
And the further he got up into the time zone, the richer it was,
What's the name of that one movie where they were living out of space and they had
Elysium.
Elysium. They had everybody else down here living. Fucked up, man. Shitty as hell.
That's
man.
the end game. We're telling you on the left hand side, man.
Yep. That shit, they put it up to Georgia gas stones. They don't have it.
You're right.
They got like that on the movie. Was it Carbon something on Netflix?
Altered
Carbon. They got it just like that. Yeah. And they showed you even on the Jetsons, but that shit was only privately for the elites. It was gonna be for the upper echelon of society. And literally trying to be up there on space stations. All that shit.
I mean, they just don't want nobody to have shit, man. I mean, literally, they don't want you to have nothing, man.
It's Esau.
I had a piece on it. Huh. This is Jeremiah 49:9. It says, "If grape gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some blooming grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself."
Because this is what he do. And this is a full exposure of his wicked ass.
Yeah, it's some more to that. Keep going too, Mark. Yeah.
It says, "He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled."
And like they said, this is that full exposure. And that secret is getting out there more and more. That so-called white man is clearly Esau Edom, man.
And the devil.
That's right. And the fucking devil. That's right.
That's right. I was talking to Yaki. His cab company took him all the way over to Waukee. And he went to go get some gas. And when he went inside the gas station, motherfucker looked at him and said, "You know you YouTube famous now, right?" He's like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like, "Yeah, I've been watching Bam," and he started breaking bread. I called him back, like 20 minutes after I had got off the phone with him. I hear him on the phone, Yeah, and then Mosiah said, when you go to Bam, and then the book of Deuteronomy, and you just throw it in, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's how we're supposed to do it, bro. All right, we're supposed to push it. Why? Because the people are hearing it, man. They're getting it. It's more people than you think. Just like you, DeBar, you was watching up in Waukee. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. It took a while for you to come through and come down. You took the train and found your way. You said, "No, fuck this shit. I'm compelled. I gotta get part of this because this ain't nothing else. But this is for those who can hear. Let them hear. They're gonna come from near and far. Lord's given us all kinds of examples. You got brothers in here from Detroit, you know, and this brother right here, he was in high school, cut this first that famous video, you cut you see your senior year?
Yeah, my senior year for a presentation.
For a presentation. You can speak on it.
Yeah, my senior year of high school, I asked the teacher, I was like, can I do a presentation of the Bible? Because it was like my senior year, and I was first coming in troop, and everybody kind of started pushing up off me because I was calling everybody the devil and shit. And I did a presentation to the Spirit, and it brought who Jake is. I think I brought out the 12 tribes.
The whole night.
Yeah,
He said, but then he was up there at 17, you know what I'm saying? 17, 18, 18 years old, in high school, senior year, cutting these motherfuckers and filmed the shit and put it up. You know what I'm saying? I want it to still up too. You know what I'm saying? It's still up, you know what I'm saying? And you was in it too, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah, right. Done. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of how y'all shine, man. That's how we supposed to be out there, because the people gonna get it, man. All right. This is beautiful. That's why Esau. This is really why I'm going to Pastor Barnes video, the most feared group. That's why they hate us and they fear us, because they say, "Damn, these motherfuckers, they're diligent. They're matching up with the same set scriptures that they read." It's like these motherfuckers, they're not idiots. They can see, damn, these motherfuckers doing this. Damn, they doing that. They said they're doing this. Well, that's that.
And we telling them.
Right. It's just like in the Gospels, right?
You're right.
Yeah, right. He had the wise men come and explain to him what was going on.
That's right. That's the same thing going on now. You know? And that's why some of them other niggas in these other groups sold out.
I went back to what you said. They believe and tremble.
Yeah.
The at least know this is true, man. They tremble. They trying to find different ways. That's why they prolonging the shit they doing, man.
Because
They're trying to find policy.
It's what Herod doing, you know? Because when where the Messiah gonna be born? Bethlehem of Judah. Cool. Send troops to go kill him. And what did it do? Him trying to offset that prophecy made two more prophecies pop off, man. So the more Esau trying to think, okay, what the scripture say next? And he try to offset that, hey, you're gonna fulfill more and more, man. And it's the same thing.
They
you know?
traps that's pulling you the hooks in your jaws. That's gonna be that one event. They keep talking about this one main event, a main event. They keep talking about it. Got movies about the shit, man.
That's why all through the book of Job, they keep talking about how he in a snare or a gin.
That's right. He's a trap. Yeah.
You know?
Because he's a true trap God, man. You know what I'm saying? He's in the trap. All right? And he is a wicked power, man. He's a wicked power, man. The Most High's going to destroy that power. Because it's not real power. It's pseudo power. Right? And the Most High gave him that power. Why? Because we fucked up. We broke the laws, we broke the statutes, we broke the commandments. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. Right? We wouldn't keep the Sabbath. He said, man, if y'all would have just kept the Sabbath, man, at least you could at least know you were Israelites. You still would have been jacked the fuck up and went through your punishment, but what the fuck? You didn't get the Sabbath day? One day a week? Just to rest, meditate on the Lord? Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Jake went to fuck off. Jake was at Jeremiah 5:18. You know what I'm saying? When you're on your own land, why he said, when it comes time, when you ask why the Lord did all these things to us, so when you're in your own land, you was
serve strange gods.
Right.
Definitely you serve strange in a different way. So that is not yours.
That's right. So now that's why now we're eating our shit, and technically we're supposed to be done with our punishment. Right? Good, right here. Good.
This Ezekiel 35:5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right? So we're supposed to be done. We're supposed to be in our own land by now. Right? But they forward the affliction. I love that one. That's the tag team. That's the tag team combo.
Esau was supposed to, like every other king, well, not really. This is where the Lord set it up. It's this way. But technically, Esau's supposed to let us go back to our own land. All right, just like the other kings did. And then but his heart is hardened, man. So, he refused to let us go. It says in Jeremiah 53, they refused to let us go. That's But that's the Lord's plan. All right, he hard, Esau's hard. He can get the destruction, so he got the Lord get a name for himself.
That's we can say this to Esau every day. Let my people go. And of course, they're not going to let it go. But did not did Pharaoh let the Israelites go the first time Moses told him that? We got to keep saying it. We got to keep telling them, let's go, man. Right? They're not going to let us go though. They're going to hold us back till we get that.
Just because the Lord want to annihilate them like no other, man.
And did you ever get the one? Don't let it be taught of man.
I was just going to quote it, but this is the book. This is the book of Exodus 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth the man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Did we get stolen?
Definitely.
Sold?
Yep.
Man, about how many different parties? A lot of them.
And we still in
Psalms
Esau's
83.
hand.
You know, Revelation 11, they said they sent gifts one to another, man.
Right.
They made themselves merry. They got drunk.
Lamentations. This is the day they look for.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
They said, aha, they took our land and took out us and shit.
What rum and what's the rum scripture?
Traded the boy for hard.
Oh yeah, Joel, 3rd chapter.
Yeah, that's angry. Yeah. These scriptures are not lying, man. The scriptures are telling you the truth. This place is fucked, man. And the scriptures are exposing it. We got no hope. Except how about you outside, man? My back hurting like a motherfucker right now. I can't help but sit back for it. You know what I'm saying? And I do work out. I play ball and do all kinds of shit. This fucking all the shit that's in this earth, man, is fucked. You know what I'm saying? You go out there, you got to pay bill after bill after bill, barely survive. You know? This place makes you just want to cry. Oh, makes you want to holler. Throw up both the hands. That's what we do. We throw both our hands, lift up both hands to Yahweh. Yahweh and actually come. Brothers better pray more, man. Brothers better pray more, man. It's time to pray. It's time to pray more. Make sure you pray every day, man. All through there. But make a formal prayer to the Lord every day. All right? Make a formal prayer. Put up the blessings, put up the curses, put up the anointing prayer. Do the Lord's prayer, man. Do all of them. All right? And just talk to the Lord and say, thank you, Lord. Help me through, you know? Just tell the Lord, thank you, Most High Yahweh, for bringing me through, man. Even bringing me this truth. But we not to fall out. We got to talk to him all the time, man. That's what a friend does. How are you going to call ourselves friends with him and we're not doing that? I mean, we're not hypocrites like Esau. We keep our word. Then we got to talk to you how about you, Yahweh. All right? Yeah, brother. I'm about to wrap it up too.
Did the draft not EP73?
Yeah, there's a couple of, whatever scriptures were being called out.
This is Jeremiah 50.
But nobody grabbed it. I remember that was confident.
Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
So that's plain, man. These heathens, all of them, man, please let us go. All right, but who has that man win? Esau either, man. All right, so and that destruction is coming. They think when you get Isaiah 31, which is 6 to 12, should become a spoiler. Back in 2:7, we can go ahead after that.
They'll rise up to fight you.
Yeah.
You
got it.
The tables are to turn on your ass, man.
So I'll just hit this real fast. Habakkuk 3. Because like the brother Tazawani said, man, all you nations, first Maccabees 2 and 10, what nation have not had a part in our kingdom? But Esau, Edom, you spearheaded it, man. This is Habakkuk 3, verse 14. It says, thou didst strike through with his staves. Is that what I wanted? Yeah, you go ahead, brother.
This is Mike.
He wounded the head of the wicked.
He is in that chapter. One of the head.
Let's just pick up.
This is Micah 2:3. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your nets."
And they're trapped. Right?
It says, "Neither shall
Starting too, man. Always hitting their ass.
Yeah.
All right, these plagues and that shit in Hawaii, man, it's hitting them crackers.
Yeah.
And this system falling, and these crackers get to poverty. You gotta live amongst niggas. You know, Jake screamed gentrification, but a lot of it is these crackers are fucking poor.
Hey, you see it in Gary, man. You starting to see more and more crackers just walk up Broadway, man. They living amongst Jake. The other day I seen a cracker. I mean, he straight walking in the hood with headphones on, man. Like he just belonged there.
And it's happening here too, all through Chicago. It's getting gentrified.
I mean, the devil wasn't even scared, man.
Good, but most niggas don't fuck with them. That's why they know now. Matter of fact, the white bums come to our neighborhood because Jake don't give them $1. Man. Jake is naturally nice, man. All right, now we don't know you. We watch you and compare you, but rarely we just see you with white bum football and see you beat your ass. But that time is coming too. It's gonna get a time where everybody gonna be after everybody for the scripture. Man. Chinese gonna be fighting the East Indians. East Indians gonna be fighting the Esau. Esau gonna be fighting niggas. Niggas gonna be fighting everybody. Because everybody gonna be fighting niggas. Everybody gonna be after niggas. Even the East Indian at the gas station. All right, there. Everybody gonna be crackers too. Yeah. There we go. All of it. Yeah, it's gonna be a free for all. Yep. The seniors are through with Esau, man. Yeah. And they've been back in the corner. They're saying it all the time. Between work and bills and what the them, and they're doing it. They're feeling. You know how we live in poor like now? They're living paycheck to paycheck, even in the richest spot. They just got enough money to maintain their shit, but not really stacked up their shit. You know what I'm saying? So they can live the lifestyle, but they're not increasing. They're not growing. So they're fretting because they know that at any given time, the shit will be ended and then they in the poorhouse. Yeah, they're fretting, man.
I worked with the Edomite woman, and every day I was starting my day with her. It was just me and her. She was like, "Oh, I took a Valium this morning, you know, and that's an opioid, man." So that just proves that these Edomites, the ones you see that seem so happy, they're really on opioids to make them feel that way, man. Which is like the beginning of the destruction, man. The Lord is taking them down, like He says in Deuteronomy 30:7, man. So they can't even handle being poor. That's why they have to take those opioids, man, just to feel normal, just to leave their reality that's coming upon you. Like how about Shiri Shad, man? You know.
This is Habakkuk 3, verse 13. It says, "Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundedst the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the next." Salah.
That's right. That's beautiful scripture. And we're going all the way down to goodness too. Yeah, man.
No, that's what I was doing. Couldn't say it no better.
Yeah, who got that Malachi 1:4?
God, this is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, "We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." Thus said Yahweh of hosts, "They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever."
There you go. So Esau Edom is that house of wicked that's getting wounded, man. They getting the brunt of this destruction. You know?
Right.
All right, well, so
Yeah. Anybody else have something?
Yeah, a little tiny bit more.
go ahead then.
So this is Micah 2:3. I'll just start at 3 again. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your nets, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil." And that's the time that is being prepared for Esau Edom. It starts with its exposure. The mystery of iniquity. All right, we're exposing that mystery of who you so-called white people are, man. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, the destroyers of the earth, as Revelation says. And this is the time that the Lord's about to bring evil upon you, you know? Jeremiah 50:24.
Speak a little bit, bro.
Jeremiah 50:24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and caught also, because thou hast strove against the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Hashah.
Yes. That's it. So you can found that we're gonna keep exposing you week in and week out. We're gonna keep telling all your secrets. We're gonna keep pushing this to the pedal to the metal. See how much you shall return. And with that, we're gonna say all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahakodash.
Everyone, Pastor New York, shy, truth and sincerity about the ball.
Shalom.
Keep